Skylar Herndon here with Finished Work Roofing. We're on another job in San Antonio, and this house is very large. He had a 24 gauge standing seam that was paid for by the insurance company because of hail damage. He didn't want to go through a roof replacement. He was selling the house, and so the home inspector caught that there was hail damage, and so he was forced to call his insurance company out. Luckily for him, since he called within the time frame that you're supposed to call with the insurance company, they were liable for full replacement cost value. And so another one of his driving factors was the fact that the last guy that did this roof really did a poor job. And so those are some of the things that we're going to outline, and then we're going to document the process going forward as far as the upgrades that we're going to make to this particular roof. So half the roof is torn off right now. This half right here is still the old roof. So a couple of things to note: when the insurance company comes out, they owe for like, kind, and quality. And so this, for example, typically what you see on the ridges in this area right here is called ridge cap. And so he doesn't have any ridge cap because they just basically hand crimp the panels on top of one another. And if you get right here and you look long ways, you'll see how wavy it is. So get this shot. This is why you don't install these like this, because this is all wavy and dented, and this roof's only 3 years old. So another one of the things that wasn't done correctly and voided the manufacturer warranty, this seam right here, ours is going to look a lot different. Now the panels are going to look generally the same. These are just going to look different. This company right here, you can see all the hammer strikes and the tool marks. Whenever they got to the top here, they just thought it'd be a good idea to hammer it over. That's the worst thing you can do, because it knocks off the coating that prevents the roof from rusting, and it also made it so that there was a metal on metal component. So, even if he hadn't been selling the house, ultimately he probably would have had to have done something, just because of the way the roof was installed. Some of the things that are going to look different: the chimney flashing, for example. This is just really sloppy. 3 different pieces on both sides. A lot of caulk, screws, which you're not supposed to use any screws. And so we'll show you ours is one custom piece that we fabricate. So whenever we're doing the underlayment, this is the most important part of the roof, because it's what keeps the roof dry. You want to always have ice and water shield in all the valleys. You want to have synthetic underlayment that's laid down flat. You also want to make sure that there's no nails that are still in the deck. And so we take extreme measures to make sure that we take all those nails out of the deck, because what happens is, if you're not careful with that, you lay the panel down on top of it, and it's actually going to leave an impression pushing that panel up, which is going to knock the coating off, and it's going to rust. And so it's a huge deal. A lot of companies don't pay attention to that. One of the ladies that we're now doing, it's a brand new roof, and they swept all the nails down to a different part of the roof, laid the panels down on top of it, and now you can see all these huge nail pops coming out of the brand new panel. And so in order for the roof to go on smooth and go on flat, that's one of the things that we do. Whenever the panels actually get ran out on site, I'll show you some of the differences that are with the panel. But just so that you have an idea, so this is the old flashing that we haven't replaced yet. All we did was use the ice and water shield right here. And then whenever we pick up on our other panels, they're going to look similar to this, because he went back with Galvalume, but this is a totally flat pan. We're going to have something called clip relief. It's just going to allow the metal to lay down flatter on the deck and eliminate oil canning. So we'll pick up whenever we get to that point here in a day or so.